This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cassie Soto with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Well, it's official. The biggest game of them all is coming to Las Vegas. Earlier today, the National Football League announced that the city will host Super Bowl LVIII. The game will be played on February 11th, 2024 at Allegiant Stadium. The NFL made the announcement at the owners' meetings in Dallas, where the owners voted unanimously to award the game to Las Vegas. And our Review-Journal crew was there to capture the moment it became official.
Now we sit poised for what is a pretty unprecedented run. Never before has a city had the Pro Bowl, the draft, and then the Super Bowl. So I think that points to a level of confidence from the membership, from the owners in Las Vegas as a great destination, a place where fans and partners want to congregate, and just a great stage for some of our biggest assets. So I would say we feel very, very good about where we are. Now we got to bring it to life.
As you just heard, Vegas will also be hosting the Pro Bowl in February, along with the NFL Draft in April. After the owners voted on the Super Bowl, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell talked to the media about what this means for the city and the league.
I was fortunate to be, I guess, at the first game last year with no fans. That wasn't quite as much fun as the game I went to earlier this year, the first game. That was a completely different experience. I think seeing the fans' reaction to the stadium was really extraordinary. And I think the stadium fits the Raiders, fits that community, and hopefully fits the fans in a way that they're all proud. And I think, as a market, we always looked at Las Vegas as an entertainment capital and someplace where we wanted to improve our events and bring a broader audience to that. We're looking forward to having the draft there, which has been on the card for a while. Pro Bowl was scheduled last year, as you know, and we didn't play that. And we're excited. And we think this is a market that I think we can do a lot more than just Raider events, but NFL events. So we're excited about it.
The Review-Journal's Ed Graney and Vinny Bonsignore are in Dallas, and they shared their thoughts about what this means for the city of Las Vegas.
This is Vinny Bonsignore with Las Vegas Review-Journal, Vegas Nation columnist Ed Graney on a huge day, historic day for Las Vegas. There's really no other way to put that, Ed. The Super Bowl is coming to Las Vegas, which isn't a big surprise within this past week, but if you talk about 5 years ago or so, this is huge news for Las Vegas.
Yeah, it actually is. Mark Davis told us, Vinny, how long they had waited for this. When he first went to the first meeting talking about the stadium, he told them he's not just bringing a football team here, he's bringing a team that can bring huge events. What's coming? Pro Bowl, draft, and now the Super Bowl, kind of the icing on top of the cake there. I mean, there's nothing like a Super Bowl week. You and I have been privileged and honored to cover several of them, and I think Vegas is in for a real treat when they see how many people descend on the city and the events around it, the Fan Fest, all the things that people are going to be able to now be enjoying while the Super Bowl's there.
Yeah, and the Vegas Nation crew was here in Dallas, and I think being here, you really got a sense of how happy and excited Mark Davis really was. And as Ed said, he told Nevada, he told Las Vegas, hey, work with us. You're not just getting us, you're getting the power of the NFL, all the assets, including what he calls the crown jewel asset of the NFL, and maybe the sports world, as he put it, the Super Bowl. And it's going to be a great opportunity for Las Vegas, which has quickly emerged as one of the go-to destinations for the NFL. And it's going to put Las Vegas on a stage in which they can really accentuate this event. I think that what you've seen in the past, and every year it kind of tops it from the previous year, Las Vegas with the Super Bowl, I think, is going to take it to a whole other level.
Well, absolutely. And by the way, Mark Davis, as I write, his smile was here at Allegiant Stadium.
Yes.
I mean, that guy was so jacked up, as he should be. But here's the thing. It's a big weekend in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. It always is. Hundreds of thousands of people. We talked about it this morning before we came over here. This is different. Steve Hill told us this is different. Room rates can go up now. It's a week-long celebration. You can pump money into the economy that you don't have when people come in for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. People are now going to be coming in for Monday through Sunday. And that's a huge difference when you talk talk about the money that has the potential to be pumped into the economy.
Yeah, and as Steve Hill also pointed out, everyone just doesn't show up Super Bowl week. This is a long planning period too. There's going to be a lot of people that come in for planning purposes. In the years leading up to the event, that in itself puts money into the economy, and that's what this is all about. That was the whole point of Las Vegas spreading its wings and saying, hey, we want to be a pro sports town. It's not just for the teams, which is great for the local fans and all of that, but for the economy and being an iconic city that people love to come. We're already seeing that on Raider weekends. Now you put events like this and the draft and the Pro Bowl in the mix, it just takes it to a whole other level. And I think talking to NFL people as we did today, they're ecstatic with what Las Vegas has quickly become in terms of what they can pull off, in terms of what they have to offer, the convention space, the hotel space, all of those elements that makes Las Vegas so attractive for big events is now something the NFL is looking at and saying, and that's in our backyard. They're very happy about it.
We just heard from Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the league. He said exactly what Vinny said about how happy they are. This is a big day for Las Vegas, a big day for Mark Davis and the Raiders. And 2024 Las Vegas, the Super Bowl is coming, and Vinny and I have been to many of them, and there's nothing like it.
Not at all. So that's it from Dallas. It's been a long day, been a long week, but it all culminates with Las Vegas getting one of the premier sporting events in all of the world.
The Super Bowl is making its Las Vegas debut, and one person who knows a lot about big debuts and big shows here in this city is Review Journal columnist John Katzlamitis. Here's what he had to say about the big game coming to town.
This is John Katzlamitis of Katz in the Las Vegas Review Journal on page 3A, every day, online, all the time. Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders, and in 2024 will be the home of Super Bowl LVIII. Now, what does it mean to the entertainment capital of the world? Well, we already have several top-line entertainers already in residency in Las Vegas, or who want to be in residency in Las Vegas, who have played halftime shows at the Super Bowl. Katy Perry's coming to Resorts World. We have Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars who plays here. We have many top-line entertainers who are going to be coming online in 2022. Adele, Celine Dion, for example, are already here. The best of the best, more to be announced. They'll want to be part of a Super Bowl experience, either at halftime, singing the national anthem, or part of the ancillary events around the game. And the Raiders will tell you that they've been programming their entertainment for home games, Raider home games, to match the Super Bowl scale. So you have seen Carlos Santana, you have seen Sammy Hagar, Reverend Run. It's not possible to measure what this means to Las Vegas, but if there was ever a way that Las Vegas could kick it up a notch in its position internationally as a hospitality and sports and entertainment destination, bringing the Super Bowl in 2024 to Allegiant Stadium is where to start.
Thanks, Katz. Now, the Super Bowl will impact the Las Vegas Valley in so many ways, including financially. Earlier this week, the Review Journal's Jen Aul talked to assistant business editor Rick Vallata about the fiscal impact of the big game, as well as the long and complicated history between the NFL and the gaming industry.
Rick, thanks so much for joining us. First of all, in terms of numbers, do you have an estimate of just how much of an economic impact an event like the Super Bowl would have on Las Vegas?
Well, since we've never done this before in Las Vegas, it's kind of hard to project that, but it's pretty easy to see what other cities have done in terms of getting a Super Bowl. And a recent estimate in Miami was $571 million. Now, we expect that would be even larger in Las Vegas because we have so much more infrastructure here in town. All the 150,000 hotel rooms, all the restaurants that are out there. It's bound to be a lot bigger number than the 571 that Miami projected.
Wow, that's amazing. And we all know historically the NFL has not always been friendly with the casino gaming industry, but that has changed recently. Can you tell us more about how the NFL is working with the gaming industry now?
Sure. I think the big issue that began was in 2003 when the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority tried to put one of their "What Happens Here Stays Here" ads on a Super Bowl broadcast, and the NFL wouldn't allow it to happen. The reason why is they felt that the casino gambling would somehow influence the outcome of some of these NFL games, which I think that over time we've found that that's not to be the case. Well, in 2017, there was a Supreme Court ruling where sports gambling was allowed to be, it was allowed in other states besides Nevada. And one of the things that was important about that is that as soon as that occurred, several states began offering sports wagering. And then not only do the NFL look more favorably upon Las Vegas, but they looked upon these favorably in these other teams. And all kinds of teams have made deals to expand their partnerships with the casino. So over time, it has kind of grown, and that's kind of where we're at right now. We've got more than half the United States have some form of casino gambling.
Of course, one of the people who is most excited about the Super Bowl coming here is Raiders owner Mark Davis. After the owners voted to award the big game to Las Vegas, Davis spoke to the Review Journal about what this means for his team and the city.
We had already been given the draft for 2022 and the Pro Bowl for 2022, and now this is just the icing on the cake. It's just really exciting. It's going to be amazing. I can't even imagine, to be real honest, but it's going to be amazing. There's just so much to do. We've got all the rooms. They got everything they need to make this just a smashing success.
We will have continuing coverage of this story on lvrj.com and vegasnation.com. And don't forget to download the RJ mobile app to get breaking news alerts like this one sent straight to your phone. For the entire Review Journal team, I'm Cassie Soto. Thank you so much for joining us.
You've been watching Breaking News from the Las Vegas Review Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.